goes fishing for the big one, a victory over his old team. Bruce Grobler talks about the one that got away. And in boxing, there's a warning to the world.
There's no time in the world because Glenn McCarty can and will be Mike Tyson.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
But also, Jim,
Good
do
day.
not forget, it is the Skull Cup final tomorrow, the first big cup final of the year.
I have not forgotten. This is the programme. This is
Yes.
the biggest programme ever, isn't it?
So it says, yes.
Official programme, £2. Is that English or Scottish money,
That's
say?
Jocko money. as you would
Jocko
say.
money. So it's £4 in England.
We'll be talking about that a little later. Right, two fixtures this week gave a good illustration of life upstairs and downstairs in the Football League. Upstairs, the aristocrats of Tottenham and Arsenal met on a night when Spurs' newsstand was open. It cost almost £6 million. Downstairs, in the scullery of the 4th Division, the league's bottom two clubs, Torquay and Hartlepool, came face to face. The Torquay team was picked in the manager's porter cabin. But the great thing about football is that it can always provide entertainment, whatever the level. Both games lived up to expectations. We start at Tottenham with Brian Moore.
Samways. It's in there! Oh, look, it's beaten there. There might have been a small deflection on the way, but Vinny Samways gets his first of the season. Spurs with a free kick with Paul Gascoigne. Touched on, another one! Well, Walsh got a touch on that one, and Spurs go 2 up. Richardson curling it in, a flick on. Might go anywhere, Michael Thomas! Arsenal are back in it! His 7th goal of the season, and that could be a really important one.
2-1 at finish, so success for Terry Venables on the field and for Tottenham off it. The attendance of 33,994 produced total receipts of £300,000, a record for a league match in England. Well, those kinds of figures are pie in the sky for the little clubs at the other end of the Football League. This week, the 91st club, Torquay United, were home to the 92nd, Hartlepool United. The attendance was 2,108, producing receipts of just £4,500. From the southwest, Mark Tyler reports.
Think of Torquay and you'll probably conjure up images of summer holidays and faulty towers. But this is Plainmoor, capacity just 5,000, the home of Torquay United, and the venue for the bottom of the table showdown with Bobby Moncur's Hartlepool. Like so many lower division clubs, expenditure here often surpasses income. Every penny has to be spent wisely, and facilities are predictably basic. New manager Dave Smith has to make do with a porter cabin office. So while the top clubs spend millions on new players, how much is in the Torquay kitty?
I ain't going to tell you. No, not a lot, not a lot. I think Chairman always, I think Lou Pope's keeping a bit under the carpet for me, I think, you know. Might be 10,000 somewhere for a player.
Yes, you obviously got to watch the finances, and you know where we are. You know, I suppose like Old Trafford and White Hart Lane, they probably make more in pies than we do in gate money. But that's the position we're in. There's no use making excuses for it. You've got to go on with the job.
With kick-off less than an hour away, supporters begin arriving for the big game. The Hartlepool team coach has completed the final leg of the long journey from the northeast. Last season, 20,000 people from the West Country followed Torquay to the Sherpavan Trophy final at Wembley. Only a fraction of them come every week. The new enclosure for away supporters cost £50,000. Tonight, it'll be used by just a handful of dedicated Hartlepool fans. But don't they get fed up?
Yeah, well, it is depressing, but it's a long way to come. We've made a little mini holiday of it. It's like our 4th day here, and we're on the way home straight after the match. So we haven't had a holiday this year. This is our holiday, and with our first goal and first 3 points tonight away from home, we'll be happy as sandpipers.
We're only a dozen of you, but I know you make a lot of noise, don't
we'll
you?
make a noise. Yeah!
Torquay took the lead after 11 minutes. Dean Edwards latched onto a pass from Paul Smith, and his cross was tucked home by Sean Joyce. Five minutes later, Hartlepool were level. Paul Dalton was given far too much room on the left, and when Don Hutchinson missed the ball completely, Allen was in the right place to smash an unstoppable shot past helpless Vasey. Another defensive lapse contributed to the visitors' second goal. Hutchinson made up for his earlier embarrassment by chipping the ball over the advancing keeper. On the stroke of half-time, it was level again. Loram, Edwards and Joyce were all involved before Carl Airy applied the finishing touch. After the break, Torquay gradually took control. They regained their one-goal advantage after more determined play from Edwards. His overhead kick fell into the 6-yard box. Kevin did and fumbled, and it was the inspirational Sean Joyce who followed up to score his second of the game. Then the goal that would have been a credit to the First Division. Again, it was Edwards who provided the cross, and when the ball eventually fell for Paul Smith, he made no mistake. Hartlepool made it 4-3 during injury time, Allen scoring his second after Rob McKinnon's shot was only parried by Vasey.
Just one of these games, I think there was a lot of passion here. We actually got 2,100 people here, and that's about 300 more than we got broadcast, so we're on the way up.
Torquay can celebrate, but Hartlepool have nothing to show for a round trip of 730 miles from one end of the country to the other. They left on Monday lunchtime and arrived home at 4:30 on Wednesday afternoon. The total cost £1,956 and 5p. They're still bottom, Jim and Bobby McCarr, with no money to buy players.
And those expenses are more than what the team's worth. Sorry, Bob. No, actually, I was talking to one of the directors of Hartlepool down at Southend the other week, and they were drinking there till midnight, and they got home they say, well, they choose to get home at about 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, well, why don't you leave at 10, you know, like most teams? He said, well, we get back to Hartlepool at 3 in the morning, and there's not much to do at Hartlepool in 3 in the morning.
Not much to do at Hartlepool at 10 o'clock at night.
Exactly, I think that was the point he was making.
OK. Anyway, getting back to the First Division, that defeat at Tottenham cost Arsenal the chance to take over at the top. Liverpool stay there, despite one of Bruce Grobbelaar's more eccentric performances.
Barnes, here's Beardsley. Sagers is out of possession and a goal is scored, and Liverpool have announced themselves in southwest London in the best possible style. Scales, and Hussein finding Gibson there first. Fashanu in the centre. And Grobbelaar, oh, and it's a goal! By Wise. Staunton. Sagers, but Whelan wraps it in.
Saw Bruce Grobbelaar off the hook, but as with all his games, it will still be in his video collection.
No, I keep everything, the good and the bad and the ugly ones, and that was really ugly.
Fashanu in the centre. And Grobbelaar, oh, and it's a goal!
Well, that's not one of Bruce's better ones, but he takes everything on the chinny, and he's a great character, isn't he?
Marvellous.
Takes it all with a smile.
Yeah. I mean, his goals against record is fantastic, so, I mean, he loses the odd one.
He's an outstanding goalkeeper, no question.
Right. Well, today, Liverpool are at Southampton, a team who've struck a good run of form. At the Dell now is David Bobbin.
Well, down here on the south coast, it's been a pretty wild and stormy night, but despite the rain, the pitch is looking good. We go ahead on schedule. Southampton are feeling quietly confident about this match. They're 8 matches unbeaten now in a run which stretches back to August. They're playing well and scoring goals. And you know the side has a youthful look to it. But they're held together by one very distinguished senior professional. Liverpool's famous cop in the 60s, and amongst the loyal thousands, a young supporter by the name of Jimmy Case. 25 years later, the beautiful River Test in Hampshire is where Jimmy Case finds peace and quiet.
Come out here, it's a lovely place, and just wander up down the riverbank. And I've done it since I was a kid anyway, so there's nothing new. I haven't just tried it, but that's my outlet, really. I just come out here and get away from everything.
Now 35, Jimmy Case is playing as well as ever. A sharp-shooting, tough-tackling midfield man with the knack of scoring some quite outstanding goals.
Here's Jimmy Case. Oh, marvellous shot, and what a goal from Jimmy Case.
He's played for just 3 league clubs, Liverpool, Brighton and Southampton. where he's in his second season as team captain.
He's a tremendous inspiration within the club, not only on the field but also off it. In the dressing room, he's the one that shows the others the kind of standards that Liverpool set for him a long, long time ago. He's probably the biggest influence on the game that we have, with his passing, with his knowledge of the field, and he's our captain because of all that.
Case has never won either international honours or a cup winners' medal, but he has scored at Wembley.
Too high for Keegan, but Case is there. The shot by Case, a goal! 1-1!
Jimmy Case is still best of friends with his old teammates after the game.
Oh, that's it. You know, like Steve McMahon, whatever. You know, they all know me, I know them, and we all get on with the game in a professional manner. And if you get a one-upmanship on the day, that's all gone in the bar afterwards.
Now happily settled in the south, Case is still part of Liverpool folklore and knows that the Kop will always remember him.
Toshak, Keegan already on the run. And Case with a chance to shoot.
You go, there was a person come up to me at QPR and just said, could I have your autograph, because he loved watching me at Liverpool. You know, so, you know, these things, they always follow you around, they never forget you.
Yes, Jimmy Case very much the man in the spotlight, but somebody else who might get a headline or two, Southampton's teenage fullback Jason Dodd, making his home league debut. 12 months ago, he was playing non-league football for Bath City. This afternoon here at the Dell, he'll be marking John Barnes. And what a prospect that is.
Thank you, David. Well, it is a prospect, Greavsie. Doddy against Barnes.
Oh, well, Doddy's got a few tricks up his sleeve, don't worry about that.
We'll take a short break. Coming up, action from the top of Division 2, from Scotland and from the North East's own world champion.